In today's video, we will be discussing the problem of microplastics in our environment. As we are all aware, plastic is a major issue facing our world today, and it can be found in virtually every natural place on the planet. This video was inspired by a video I saw on the plastic continents in the ocean, which are formed by the gyres in the ocean and accumulate plastic in certain areas. When plastic enters an environment, it undergoes a process of decomposition that breaks it down into smaller and smaller particles, eventually resulting in microplastics. These tiny pieces of plastic are a bigger problem because they are much harder to clean up and remove from the environment. They have been found in oceans, rivers, lakes, and even in the air we breathe. The impact of microplastics on the environment and on human health is a growing concern, and in this video, we will explore the problem in more detail and discuss possible solutions. The plastics is generated by a variety of industries, including the packaging industry, which is a major contributor to plastic waste due to the widespread use of single-use plastic packaging materials. The construction industry also generates a significant amount of plastic waste, particularly in the form of plastic pipes, sheets, and other construction materials. The production of consumer goods such as clothing, electronics, and toys also generates a significant amount of plastic waste. The food and beverage industry generates plastic waste through the use of plastic packaging materials for products such as bottles, containers, and bags. The healthcare industry generates plastic waste through the use of disposable plastic medical equipment and supplies. Finally, the agriculture industry generates plastic waste through the use of plastic mulch, irrigation systems, and other plastic materials used in farming and food production. This plastic waste can enter the sewage system, where it can be treated and removed at sewage treatment plants. However, not all plastic waste is captured by the sewage system, and some is released directly into the environment, such as in lakes, rivers, and the ocean. This can occur through a variety of means, such as through fishing or through the direct release of waste by industries into the ecosystem. The decomposition of plastic into microplastics typically occurs through a process of physical and chemical degradation. Physical degradation occurs when plastic is subjected to external forces such as wind, waves, and sunlight, which can break the plastic down into smaller and smaller pieces. Chemical degradation occurs when plastic is exposed to UV light, heat, or other environmental factors, which can cause the plastic to break down into smaller molecules. The microplastics can find in different form. One common form of plastic is in the form of fibers, which are small, thin strands of plastic that can be found in a range of products, including textiles, ropes, and fishing nets. Another common form of plastic is in the form of pellets, which are small, round particles that are used as a raw material in the production of plastic products. Pellets are often used in the production of care products, such as shampoos and conditioners, as well as cosmetics and other personal care products. The density of a plastic refers to its mass per unit volume and can be used to determine whether a plastic will float or sink in water. Plastics with a density lower than 1 will float on the surface of the water, while plastics with a density greater than 1 will sink to the bottom. This physical characteristic is important to consider when addressing the problem of plastic pollution in water, as it can inform strategies for cleaning up and removing plastic from the environment. For example, plastics that float on the surface of the water may be more easily collected and removed using skimmers or other specialized equipment. On the other hand, plastics that sink to the bottom of bodies of water may be more challenging to remove and may require different approaches. The typical plastic with a density lower than 1 is polyethylene low density or high density, or polypropylene PP or some polyamide PA. These types of plastic also make up approximately 50% of total plastic production, and the production of plastic yearly is 400 million tons per year. Unfortunately, microplastics can be found in water bodies all around the world, and some places are more affected than others due to the presence of industries that release plastic waste into the environment. For example, the estuary in Shanghai is heavily impacted by plastic pollution due to the high concentration of textile industries. And to summarize, microplastics are tiny particles of plastic that have been degraded from larger pieces of plastic through physical and chemical processes. These microplastics can take on different forms, such as fibers and pellets, and can be found in a variety of products including textiles, ropes, fishing nets, and personal care products. The density of a plastic is an important factor to consider when addressing plastic pollution in water, as it determines whether the plastic will float or sink. Plastics with a density lower than 1, such as polyethylene and polypropylene, make up approximately 50% of total plastic production and are more likely to float on the surface of the water. Microplastics can be found in water bodies all around the world, with some places experiencing more pollution due to the presence of industries that release plastic waste into the environment. WASI 3.0 is a company that was founded in May 2020 in Karlsruhe, Germany. The company is dedicated to using green chemistry processes to remove pollution from water. One of the main goals of WASI 3.0 is to provide a sustainable and effective solution for removing contaminants from water bodies, such as rivers, lakes, and oceans. To achieve this goal, WASI 3.0 employs a range of advanced technologies and techniques. These include the use of advanced filtration systems, chemical processes, and biological treatment methods. These methods are designed to effectively remove a wide range of contaminants from water, including heavy metals, pesticides, and other toxic substances. In addition to its focus on pollution removal, WASI 3.0 is also committed to sustainability and environmental protection. The company works to minimize its impact on the environment and to minimize waste generation. This includes efforts to recycle and repurpose materials whenever possible, as well as the use of energy-efficient technologies. Since its founding, WASI 3.0 has made significant strides in the water treatment industry. The company has won several startup prizes and has received recognition from a number of industry organizations. WASI 3.0 initially focused on treating microplastics in sewage systems, but has now expanded its efforts to address the problem directly in ecosystems. How the method of WASI works. The company utilizes a mixture of organosilicate called PX to interact with polymers in the water. This mixture contains different lengths of carbon chains in the hydrophobic tails and has been found to be most effective in salted water. Studies have shown that this technique is able to remove between 98% and 99.7% of plastic particles. The principle of this kind of molecule is similar than the surfactant molecule, with a tail hydrophobic will interact with the polymer and a hydrophilic head will interact with the water. In this video we can the particle of plastic interact with the PX to accumulate it and permit the recovery of microplastic easier. In conclusion, plastic pollution is a major global problem that is caused by a variety of industries and has far-reaching impacts on the environment and human health. Microplastics, which are small pieces of plastic that have broken down or been intentionally designed to be small, are particularly harmful because they can easily enter the food chain and be ingested by humans and wildlife. The density of a plastic is an important factor to consider when addressing plastic pollution in water, as it can inform strategies for cleaning up and removing plastic from the environment. One company working to address the problem of microplastic pollution is WASI 3.0. which uses a green chemistry process to remove pollution from water.